Boom, there we are. Look at this. We are going live. I am filming you live.
Yes.
Look at this.
We are live.
We are live. Hey, Internet.
We're back in the house.
And this week we have 100% more Wayne.
100% more Wayne.
Dude.
We are fired up.
It's only been like a couple years.
It's only been a couple years. Yes, yeah.
We are fired up.
So good.
Oh, dude. This is awesome.
We're back.
Yes. So first up, where have you been?
Man, we've been everywhere. We've literally gone Alaska. We've gone everywhere. It's been awesome.
So how many miles do you think? Just ballpark it.
20, 30,000 miles. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's been a bunch this last little bit.
I probably commuted at least
a
couple hundred.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what's the peak memory?
I mean, I got to spend a bunch of time with my kids, which was fun. I think peak memory was, I was able to go to Landon and spend time with John Maxwell, which was like, being able to be in the room with John Maxwell was amazing anyway. But the night before, he surprised us by coming to dinner. So there's like 20 of us at dinner, and he comes and he sits down right next to me. And when John and I have dinner for 3 hours, and that was like the top of the mountain.
Dude.
We're talking about everything from business to life to favorite desserts to, I mean, it was phenomenal.
That's
and then the
awesome.
next day we went real hard with questions and everything else, but I mean, it was amazing.
So now, was this John Maxwell event?
So it's an inner circle. So he does it, and then we'll do calls mostly from and a couple in-person events throughout the year. So I'm just like we tell everybody else, like pay to get in a room, and I earn the right pay to get in a room, or volunteer. It's funny. I told there was a guy there who was taking pictures of video, and I was like, you are probably the smartest guy in this entire room. You're the one who's getting paid to be here. Which is phenomenal.
Well, and awesome. Like I've jokingly said 1,000 times, it's like, oh hey, if you want like kick-ass friends and like learn stuff and business coaching and all that, basically build a studio, have a show.
100%. Yes, it works.
So now, are you part of like the John Maxwell inner circle?
Yeah, so it's like an inner circle with John. Yep. So we'll meet and do calls. I think it's every other week where you spend several hours with him, ask him questions, do that kind of stuff. But it's also the other people that are in the group too.
Yeah,
you're spending this year with, man, it's phenomenal.
Okay, so now, well, that obviously that's not real estate like specific.
Not at all.
Yeah. So is it just business? And so is it like the hot seat thing, or
so it's mostly they bring in a couple different people to talk at us, like Diane Kokoska and Chad and a bunch of other people. But like on our weekly calls with John, we just get to sit there and he'll sometimes present something, but we also just get to ask him questions. So it's like, dude, all right, here's where we go.
Okay, I didn't know that. Like, okay, you'd be like, oh yeah, well, I am coaching, blah, 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 whatever, and you'd mentioned it like in passing. It's like, okay, well, I didn't know that like you were doing it at that level.
Yes,
and that's one of the things when I was asking you before we went live about what you were doing. That was because I'm real estate adjacent,
right?
But even there, it's not necessarily a whole lot to do with my day to day.
Yes,
and there are a lot of other moving parts that are. They're just generic business bullshit.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, sales tax or, or whatever, or team or all of these different variables that you don't know until like, oh, I didn't know I couldn't swim. And then like, oh shit, I'm in the pool. It's one of those things where you bite off more than you can chew. But one of the rewarding things is when you actually end up being able to chew it.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so like, I'm impressed that you are going and volunteer because I always love the idea of your hot seat thing and where like you basically volunteer for an ass kicking, or at least that's how I perceive it.
100%,
a friendly ass kicking. Like it's like we're gonna hit the body. It's only body punches, so it's not gonna show. But we're volunteering for that. And then that's a cool concept. And so who dares wins? You know, like you show up to that. Because I always said, I told
show
you
up,
before.
play all in, ask the real question. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and like I saw you start posting the tribe call highlights. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And plus, I'm now surprised. I'm now pleasantly surprised. And then also on a certain level, not surprised of all my friends that are in that.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
I know these guys. Yeah.
And like, for example, like the Britney Stewarts of the world, where she... last year, certainly by transactions, was our number one client.
Yeah, very cool.
And so it's like coincidence.
Yeah, no, she's phenomenal.
Right, but she also runs a team.
Correct.
And so she's got 12 or 13. Soldiers out there doing stuff, and that's a lot of moving parts. And then she's also like, I just saw she's flying back from Miami or whatever, and it's like, I'm still trying to learn that thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to have a life or some semblance of a life, and I'm also going to do all the things.
Yeah.
And it's like, The jury's
Well, and you still have to pick and choose. It's tough. You know what I mean? Like, what you're going to do and what not. I mean, I say no to a lot of things.
Right.
So it's like, what's in alignment? What's a good return on my time, my money, my investment? And yet, man, getting in the room with people that are 2 or 3 levels ahead of you in different categories is phenomenal, and it's priceless. And that's what you have to. Every person that levels up their life says, "Hey, I hung out with this person. I got in this room. I paid to do this." Like, and that's what it takes.
Yes, and that's the sort of invest in yourself or volunteer or whatever will get you in the space that's closest to the next level that you want to go to.
Yeah, like my one of my coaches coaches directly with Tony Robbins.
Okay.
So it's like, that's kind of cool. That's a cool conduit, right?
Right.
So then my clients, right, I'm like, hey, here's what I learned from John. Here's what I learned from Tony. Here's, like, you know what I mean? So like, that's the conduit that is beautiful.
And it's like the direct line. It's the bat phone.
100%.
You know, where the closer, it's like back in the days, in the olden times, like a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Like if you had the very first VHS tape, pristine quality. And then if you had the first level of copy, just as good.
Right.
But then if you get down to like level 13 or 14, it's like, it's better than not having it. You can still watch it, but it's not
100%. Most people are even further than that, where they're like, I'm just going to figure all this out on my own.
Or
I've never done this before.
Right.
I'll just do it all on my own, and it'll just take me, decades to learn what I could learn in an hour. That'll be fun.
And the whole idea of like shortcutting the learning curve is a foreign concept because, well, again, you don't know what you don't know, which is usually everybody's Achilles heel on some level. And then you have the thing of, well, that doesn't seem to be worth it.
Yeah.
Where I have this sort of, and prior to getting sober, I would have always had a list of like, here are the top 3 things that'll fix me.
Right.
Like X, Y, Z, ... content, happily ever after. Like then the goalposts move.
Right.
I get those and it's like, well, that wasn't it. Now I wouldn't consciously think that wasn't it because I'm not looking at anything.
Yeah.
I have no self-awareness. And then next thing you know, the goalposts move again.
Yeah.
The goalposts move again. Then you're so far left field of you were starting on football, now you're playing baseball.
Right, yes.
And it's just like such a
Well, it's funny you say that too, because like John, first off, there's 3 ways to really mess yourself up. One is resent and resist. So like resent and resist. Like I don't want to have to. I see the writing on the wall, but like I'm gonna fight it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right. The second one is stay in confusion and pretend you don't know what to do. So it's like, oh, it's really complicated. It's really hard. I don't know. Whatever. But then the third way is do it on your own. Like that's the dumbest way to do it. Is to try to do it all on your own. And you said self-awareness. It was funny as John this last weekend said. He goes, "There's no such thing as self-awareness." And I was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And he's like, "The reality is most of our awareness comes because somebody said something.
Yes.
You read something. You heard something. Somebody called you out on something. Like most of our self-awareness isn't really self-awareness. Right.
I would say like from the standpoint of it's usually foisted upon you from an external source.
Yeah.
And hardly anyone, like right now, I can't think of one person that actually said, I'm going to dive deeper into like what makes me tick and why I do dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always, or at least for me, I can speak in absolutes, it's always been under duress. It was always because
pain is usually the biggest motivator. Correct.
I appear to have painted myself into yet another corner.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, it's something like your soon-to-be ex-wife or the state of Texas or whatever, the city of Dallas is telling you that you need to change your behavior. And then it's like, oh, I didn't know I was doing that.
There's a knock, then there's a bang, and then somebody's kicking your door in. You know what I mean? It's like you could have listened when we knocked. You know what I mean? Like,
or we called.
We called, we knocked, we banged.
Yeah. Then we kick the door.
Now your door's coming down.
And
you know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, now you're zip tied on the floor.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's usually, almost all the.
Almost always not a good thing.
Okay, so you had the John Maxwell thing. That's peak experience. And then. So was that in Alaska? Or
that was in Atlanta. Alaska, we did a Real Producer event for Devin, who's up in Alaska doing phenomenal with Real Producers.
I saw her at I got a fist bump in passing.
She's so cool.
Because
she was here one time.
For Elevate.
Yeah,
for the
she
RP
was awesome.
convention.
And she's coming back for our Tribe Retreat in January, which you need to just come to.
Right on.
Tribe Retreat January in Austin. It's going to be amazing. A couple days, so you should just come to that.
Nice.
But no, she's so cool. And what she's doing with Real Producers up there is awesome.
And I'm always amazed where... I'm spoiled. I mean, I'm in the number 4 market in the country. So even if I was half-assed long enough, you'll get something done. Because I tell my guys, if you don't suck and you don't quit,
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
You'll be okay.
But like there,
and I think one of the things, and John talks a lot about like add value, and I think it's one of the things you've done great is add value, which has just been, and it works. You do that every day, it works out.
Shout out to you for like the birthday message where it was like,
oh my gosh, that was so fun,
bro. It was like
I loved watching that,
and like the way Ashley orchestrate. Like that's twice in the last calendar year that she has actually gotten me to the point of being squishy.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, that is not my strong suit, or it's certainly like, I don't go there voluntarily.
I don't open that door a lot on my own.
No. It's like, I would say like, oh, there's the door's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of doors.
Yeah. I don't need to cry today.
Yeah. It's like, if you find it, hey, good on you.
Absolutely.
But the thing so Ashley and I are kind of separated at birth, where like personality wise. And so she knows exactly what to say. Where like she came in on my birthday and pretended that she's like, pretended that she forgot it was my birthday. And to me, that was like totally reasonable.
Correct.
I was like, oh, cool, dude, no worries. Yeah, it's today.
I almost forgot it was my birthday. Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, and then the next thing I know, she orchestrates this entire just like New Zoo review, and I was like, holy shit. And then then they had the video that you did, everything totally in secret. And
so good.
I'm sitting there like, okay, perhaps my self-image needs a bit of retooling. Because you say the whole thing like the give and add value and all that, and it's like somewhere along the line I morphed into that guy, where that was never a conscious effort. And like there, I don't know, what would you say? Like, are you wired that way or are you not? Because it's like I went from being the selfish, alcoholic, chemically dependent jackass that is just categorically a net minus. There's like, I am bringing nothing to the party.
I wouldn't say you've changed. I think you probably got back to who you are in essence, that you just like, you kind of conditioned yourself out of, right? Like you grabbed habits, you grabbed things like you as a child or you at birth, whatever, like you're probably getting back to the essence of who you really are. But we just pick stuff up along the way that like helps us. Like, oh, I need to be an asshole to get through the day. So we kind of like pick that up. I need to pretend I don't have emotions so I can be a man. Okay, cool. I'll pick that. Like we pick things up along the way.
And then
the service for a season.
The buffer of like chemical, almost like just like a numbing agent. Where it's like, it's like, I'm feeling too much. Well, we can solve that. And then that becomes the habit, and then that becomes who you are. And so then the addition by subtraction over time, and then it's like, wow. And then the other thing was, it helped to have like really cool friends that were like objectively talented.
Correct.
Where it was like, well, when I asked you to do this, it was like, I knew you wouldn't freeze.
Right.
And I knew that anything I threw out there or whatever, and it was like, well, let's just see what happens.
Let's figure it out.
That, it would never be dead air, and it would never be a situation where I was like, oh no, now what? Because, well, even going back to the whole thing, like the Goggins thing. And it's like, I still have all that shit in my feed. And like every morning, it's like, I'm listening to that sort of stuff. And now, I'll pull the curtain back. So like, now I have like for all intents and purposes, it's a paid sponsor, like a paid recovery like it's an accountability thing for the recovery world. She specializes in that sort of thing. Well, she's got me doing these fucking like affirmations. They're not affirmations. They're more like statements like I am.
Right.
It's like
incantations, like reminders.
I stumbled into this in the world of woo. There's this Neville Goddard, and so he is like early 20th century, 1930s.
Hey, will you pass my backpack just so I can
like
an early in 2 minutes?
Like an early 20th century guy that did, it was like, it's like a Christian basis of like a manifesting kind of a thing where it is, so he's the first person that ever like got me into this, where his whole thing was, the Bible isn't meant, like for him, it wasn't written to be like a history book or a science manual. It's meant to be like everybody that's in there, whether it's Noah, whether it's Cain, Abel, Adam, Eve, whatever, they are all avatars of the human condition.
Interesting.
And so like, okay, I can listen to that.
I'll bite.
Yeah. Versus like Vacation Bible School, where it's like, they made a boat and the two of everything. And you're like, wait, what? The logistics on that already blew my mind at 8, But I'm listening to this, and then his whole thing is I am. And then the thing where he says like, anytime that, so his I think his like overarching theorem is that like God is actually the human imagination and consciousness.
Yeah.
Because anywhere in the Bible that God speaks, he says, I am.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, okay. And so then it was like, if you take that and adopt that for yourself, I am, it becomes like this self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, and that's one of the biggest differences. Like you need to go like, go into the gym to try to lose 10 pounds, or I am someone who eats healthy.
Yes.
Right. Like, which is more powerful? Like the guy that goes like, I'm someone who eats healthy, or I eat healthy. Or it's like, he's going to do phenomenally better in the journey instead of trying to willpower through someone he's not.
Yes.
Like when you change identity, it changes everything.
So that's kind of where I was going with that. It's like this sort of subtle shift on.
Yes.
So I'm doing like these things every morning. Like I have my little routine with, I don't like recovery based like meditations or whatever. And then I added those. So I have like these flashcards with the I am stuff on there.
Oh, that's so good.
And it's the weirdest thing to like already have over the last 3 months, like 2 of them have happened.
And here's the coolest thing. You get out of willpower and you start getting to like, this is who I am. All right.
Right.
It's like for someone like, I'm not going to cheat on my wife versus I am someone who is faithful. Like it's a totally different cadence, right?
Yes, 100%.
And I think
exactly.
I think everything comes down to identity. But what most people don't realize is they're creating or reaffirming an identity they don't want. I am tired.
Yes.
I am overwhelmed. I am not good with time management.
I can't handle this.
I can't
This
handle
always
this.
happens.
I'm not a morning person. This always happens to me, right?
I'm not a techie.
And,
oh my
and
God.
it's like those are the words you're using. It's like the words are the paint that create the picture, and you end up living that picture. Like you end up stepping in that.
The whole concept
that's
being like your subconscious backfills whatever you say I am.
Yes.
And so if you keep saying like I'm not a technologist,
you're eventually going to get there.
Yeah, you're actually going to put yourself there because
our mind works to prove us right. So if you go, I am tired, what's your mind going to do? Your mind is going to look for evidence of why you are correct in that statement.
Yes.
So if you go, I'm tired. Like your mind's like, oh, that makes sense.
You're going to make it
we
correct.
went to bed late. We did this. We did that. Like,
yep.
Insanity.
And so I've been doing that for like 3 months, and so one of the things was I had a lot of, oh my God, my CPAs, well, it's been an ongoing narrative where my CPAs are up my ass about something.
Our CPAs probably need a therapy group. They probably need I work with one of those
coaching.
too.
Yeah.
They do. They probably just drink. But yeah.
Well, and like one of my things was that when I started the company, everything was in my name because there is no company to speak of, And so every month the CPAs are just relentlessly beating my ass about like,
Absolutely.
You paid the Best Buy thing out of the company money or what again. And it's like, Jesus, we only buy drones with that account, or I bought a gimbal for a camera. And it's like, and they want this convoluted thing of like, get a receipt and buy it back from yourself or
who even knows what receipts are? What does it? Can anyone get like?
When was the last
definition?
time you printed anything? It's like, oh my God, can't you just email it? Like, first off, I don't care. Which was also my Achilles heel there. It's like, okay, there's other stuff that I'm trying to, here, I'll send you the password. There's other stuff that I'm trying to accomplish here other than checking all your boxes.
Oh my gosh.
And the whole idea of it being the thing that was keeping my credit score in the ditch because I was leveraged to the hilt and it was essentially keeping me stuck.
What kind of password is this?
It's from Spectrum.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Behind the curtain. It's like, yes, you get corporate internet or you get business internet, and it's like they literally have the password glued on
thank God. It gave me the share password button.
It takes a while
Lord.
for it to open up, but they have the password written on the side of the modem.
So good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to jump on this live with Amy Bacon, who is phenomenal.
Okay.
Let's give words of wisdom, sir. What's your words of wisdom?
Okay. So what was your key takeaway? So you had peak moment and takeaway. Because I'm over here just doing the same shit I'm always doing.
Here's one of my peak takeaways. It sounds weird. And I asked John. I said, I feel like I'm behind, and he's like, me too. I was like, that's interesting. I was like, I'm behind. I'm doing great in a lot of areas, but like business wise, like I feel like I'm behind. He goes, yeah, me too. He goes, you know who my friends are? Like he's like, I feel like I didn't make $100,000, so I was 45. Where it was, right? It was awesome. But he goes, here's one of the things: add value every single day. You add value every day, like and you grow a little bit every day. It's going to be phenomenal. And then he said, like one of the things that helps him is like, if I won the Super Bowl yesterday, that was awesome. It was a great day. Today's a brand new day.
Yep.
right? Like today we got to go win again today. You know what I mean? Like we got to do something
Still
great today,
playing.
right? And he's like, same thing. If I lost something big yesterday, that was yesterday. Like, have a cry, whatever's.
Yes.
Like it's like this. It's like that philosophy of like yeah, I'm excited to get value and just to win every day. Not let the past things that didn't work mess me up too much, and not let the past wins that we had mess me up too much.
Amen, brother. And like for me, I'm just over here like manifesting stuff, dude. And so
absolutely.
I say that to say I currently have a house guest.
Ooh, all right. Ooh.
Let's just put it this way. I've not had a house guest in 13 years. So
Wow. Well, I think next week we know what we're diving into.
more will be revealed.
Relationships 101.
Yeah. Or negative 101.
Yeah. How do we help Rick maintain?
Bro.
It's going to be beautiful.
That's a good question.
It's going to be great. Dude, you're
All right,
awesome.
brother.
I'm fired up.
Hell yeah. Now Austin's out in the
Yeah,
parking lot doing
Austin-
something. So now
Austin
I gotta-
left you.
Old school. Turn it
Yes,
off.
absolutely. Now I'm going to figure this out. So I'm on the right stream.